Said I've been up and I've been down.
I've always lived a life fantastic.
Said I've been played and I've played around.
I always landed on my feet.
There have been bumps along the way,
but I had to take my chances.
And other times when I so great,
but you were standing there to grace me.
With open arms you would catch me. And with the same arms you would love me. Much lower.
You were great, ain't no secret.
No grace from any man.
Why don't you quit while you can still quit?
And then you say, come take my hand.
That wasn't me, it was something holy.
With open arms you would catch me. And with the same arms you would love me. Yeah. Always there to forgive me. Ready to receive me. Wanna say it again. Open arms you would catch me. And with the same arms you would love me. Yeah. Always there to forgive me. Standing at the ready to receive me.
What I was made of. Disappointment or disapproval from the heavens. Only thing I'm afraid of. I'm the nuisance child. Grew up in the lowest tax bracket percentile with loud. So of course I'm bitter. Got recourse for them hecklers who try to modify me. But if you can't control these streets, how can you get me?
With open arms you would catch me. And with the same arms you would love me. Yeah.
Same arms you will love me. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Always there to forgive me. Oh yeah, yeah. Standing at the ready to receive me. Oh yeah. And with the same arms you will love me. Always there to forgive me.
We are Mad Church Disease, helping you understand that Jesus plus nothing is everything. This is a show for everyone, believers and non-believers, from churched to the unchurched. Help us grow the channel by supporting our non-profit causes and create more consistent content. Donate by Cash App or PayPal, or buy us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com.
Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. I hope you guys can hear me well. I am in the studio. Glad to see every single one of you. Boy, have we got a lot of stuff to cover today. Shout out to all of you that are in the live chat here. I appreciate your love and your support. Thank you so very much. And we are definitely going to get about the business of doing our live. Let me see if I can fix this. Hold on. Oh, no, that ain't gonna work. Yeah, there we go. All right, so hopefully we fixed a little error that we had there. All right, we got a lot of stuff to cover. So I need to give you guys some updates, some information, and all kinds of stuff. So I guess got to get focused and calm down. So I'm gonna relax. I'm gonna slow down just so that you understand. It's you and me right now. Nobody else is concerned, whether you at your job listening to me in the last few minutes of your leaving work or whatever the case may be. It's you and me. All right. Let me send a shout out to Daryl Moore. Thank you so very much. What's up, Gerald? Good to see you, even though you were at work, and I figured some of you guys would still be there. Hey, Sharon, good to see you here as well. Thank you so very much. Tanika Shanette, good to see you here as well. Tanika Shanette, I know she's a member. I don't know if this thing is just not letting me see the membership thing. What is the deal with this? I got to figure out why this thing doesn't show me that like it's supposed to. Yeah, see, you're a member. I know Tanika's a member. All right, Tanika. And should I call you Tanika Shanette or Neek Neek? I like the fact that Vincent has a nickname for you. That is hilarious to me. Just being me, good to have you here as well. Thank you for waving. Lynn, of course, wonderful moderator. I'm so glad to have Lynn. Moni No Love, strong moderator. Welcome to you as well. Sugar Love, good to have you here. It's just, what's the name of your screen name? It's just me. What is it? It's just me, Shayna D. All right, Shayna D. What's up? What's up? And thank you for liking the intro. I work hard on this stuff. So good for that. Just being me, glad to have you here. Walking in love, glad to hear you as well. Daryl, good to see you. Happy New Year to you as well. I don't know if I've said Happy New Year to all of you, but I just want to make sure that you guys know Happy New Year. Barbara, good to see you here as well. Pig Feet 50. Lord, I love this screen name. I do like this screen name. I do just like this screen name. So that's funny. Uncle Fred, good to have you here with me as well. So good to have you. And Mari, good to see you as well. Shout out to all of you. Please make sure that you hit the like button on your way in. We got a lot of stuff to cover. Let me also let you know on my community wall, earlier today, we put up 2 posts for you to vote for the worst pastor of the year. If you have not gone to the community wall, if you can open up another tab on your phone or on your computer and go over there and vote for the worst pastor of the year award. Hopefully I'll be able to tell engage what you guys have done, and so we can determine who pretty much gets the worst pastor of the year award as well. All right. This is the YouTube year in review for the Mad Church Disease channel. I have got a litany of notes here. We're going to go over some stuff and we're going to cover some stuff, and I'm very excited to be able to do that. And we'll be able to get our feedback and so forth. Now, last night I was doing some testing. The other day, like 2 shows ago, I was able to edit the video that we did 2 shows ago and come up with like 6 different pieces of content. And what I've decided to do in 2025 is to produce a lot more content and put out a whole lot more content. And I'm sort of taking on the Roland Martin approach, where we're going to just 24/7 almost have our own little network sort of going, where we're putting out content on a consistent basis. Now, if you understand how YouTube works, you can actually upload 3 videos per day that YouTube will work within the algorithm to help you get more views and so forth. And that also includes your shorts. And so we're somewhat limited in how many videos we can post at the same time. And we kind of have to like straggle the videos out. But what I've decided to do going forward for 2025, to the best of my ability, I'm going to be going live at 2:30 Pacific Standard Time, like I am right now. And then at night, we're going to do some exclusive content at about 8:30 Pacific Standard Time. And that exclusive content will show up either as a premiere or a live, but you make sure that you don't want to miss it. Okay. And it depends on whether or not I was able to go live during the course of the day. Alicia, thank you so very much. And yes, you did. spell my name correctly. Yes, you did. Um, and so I want to give you guys that information because 2025, we want to be doing the best work that we can and putting out the best content that we can. And we want that exclusive content to be coming to you guys. Okay. So I just wanted to make you aware of that. And so that way you guys could have it. I don't think there's anything else unless the moderators know something that I have didn't cover or should cover. Um, and so, but just so you guys know, the poll is up on my community wall for you to vote for the worst pastor of the year. I don't like the fact that YouTube only lets you put 4 names per post. So there's 2 separate posts, so you can vote for whomever that is listed there, that you can vote for the worst pastor of the year award. So shout out to all of you that are watching. Please make sure that you hit the like button, also hit the subscribe button. That will be very beneficial to me with you guys coming in, and I would appreciate it. So thank you guys so very much. All right, so let's get into today's show. We got a long way to cover, and I got a lot of information to give you. Okay, first things first. Most of you know, who follow this channel and who follow me, you guys know that I had been away for almost 2 whole years before I brought this channel back. According to YouTube, we started back this channel up on June the 13th of this year, and that's when I sort of came back and started putting more content out and doing and being a little bit more consistent with my content. And first of all, I just again want to say thank you to all of you that supported the channel. What's up, Jacqueline? Good to see you, and good to see that you're watching from your TV. I'm glad to see that as well. Thank you so much for watching from the TV. And and Tanika Shanette, thank you so much for going over there and voting and picking your worst pastor of the year. Hey, Angela, good to see you here. So glad to see you. We're going to be getting into our stuff here. I don't think I have any more announcements to give you, except for the fact that I'm also going to be bringing back my consultation service for those of you that are wanting or looking to start a YouTube channel. You want to learn how to do YouTube. I'm going to be assisting you guys a little bit more with that. And there'll be some commercials and stuff coming in the future to tell you guys all about that service. All right. So now with that being said, let's get into the program. Now let me make sure this thing has the right microphone too, because this thing been tripping over the last couple of days. All right, here we go. Let's I'm going to share my screen with you guys. We're going to just do a lot of Google stuff. When we came back this year, one of the first stories that we did was the Rod Parsley story. For those of you that don't know Rod Parsley, this is Pastor Rod Parsley. Pastor Rod Parsley actually came out, and there was some audio that leaked from a couple of meetings that he had. And unfortunately, you guys, I don't have all of the videos pulled up. But for the most part, you can find these videos on my channel. You just simply need to go and locate them because they are there. This is just a year in review. I want to make sure that I'm able to move along quickly, and I don't want to make this show like 4 hours live. Because we got a lot of road to cover. All right. So with that being said, guys, this was an audio that, first of all, showed a meeting that he had with some of the people in his, I guess, the baptismal folks and some other folks in this meeting. And primarily, when you listen to the audio, you can, in my mind, I'm thinking that the majority of people that are sitting in this meeting are younger people or younger adults. And he is just berating them. I mean, he is lighting into them like nobody's business. And Pastor Rod Parsley, has had a rough go of it over the last couple of years. I know that he did have a little bit of a cancer scare and some other things going on with him, but him and his daughter per se are just really, really, pretty much doing some craziness. Now, just for the sake of this, let me see if I can, just for the sake of this, let me hide this. Since this here IG joint, we can do whatever we want. Let me do this. Let me go over here and let's see if we can take a look at, since it's my video, I can pull up my own video. Let me go over here to my channel, and I'm going to pull this up for those of you that didn't hear this. Some of you that maybe didn't hear this and you don't know what I'm talking about. I'm going to give you an opportunity to hear what Pastor Rod Parsley actually did during this particular point in time. And I'm going to try and get a minute mark here where we can discover, we can actually listen to what they actually did. And so I'm gonna pull it up and I'm gonna let you guys listen to it. And I just thought about it. I said, Marcellus, you can do that because it is your channel and it is your video. So let me share my screen with you guys. And we should be able to hear it together. Let me just make sure. And you guys just let me know if you can hear the audio. You should be able to hear the audio as well. Let me put on my headphones so I can refresh my memory here. But let's go with this audio and this deal here. So this is Rod Parsley and his daughter. And this is what they were doing. Let's see. Can we share this here? Is it going to work like that? Okay, good. Let's see if you guys can hear it.
Invest in the vision. You're a reprobate.
You better talk to those preachers out there.
The Bible calls you a reprobate.
Prophesy, prophet.
That means you've been turned over. When you're disobedient to what God tells you to do, especially in the realm of finances, you reap a curse upon yourself. And for those of you that have been a part of this ministry, I'm just going to talk prophetically here. You've been a part of this ministry. You've watched your family get saved. You've watched your family be healed. You've received personal miracles in your own body, in your family, and your finances, and you've left this place because you got in your feelings. You got your feelings hurt. If I left this place every time I got my feelings hurt, honey, I would have left when I was 3 years old. Grow up. Grow up. You're immature. You're immature and you're a reprobate. And you sow discord and dissension and then expect to reap the blessing of God. That's not how this works. We've had more people in positions of leadership that have been here for 20 plus years come and say that they're thinking about going somewhere else because they no longer agree with pastors' politics. When did politics have anything to do with the kingdom? I didn't think we were a part of this world. I didn't think that political persuasion and what side of the aisle you find yourself on mattered when it came to what God said.
First of all, none of y'all know what my politics are. Not one of you. God put me out here to stand in the middle.
All right. And so that's what Pastor Rod Parsley and his daughter had done. And that was when we first came back on. And so when we hopped on the internet, this was one of the stories that I brought out to the masses. Now, here's the funny thing about it. When you all send me stories or y'all tell me about stuff, I'll go research it and try to pull it into play. And I will put together the video like I did this video here. And, we'll put together a video. Now, what I'll tell you very interestingly enough that I discovered is a lot of you would send me a message saying, Marcellus, this content creator has this this video up. And if I'm not mistaken, isn't this your video? And I would be like, yeah, but I don't mind sharing this stuff just as long as people either give me credit or leave the logo up. But for some odd reason, some of these content creators are real shady like that. And so, but if you did take it, just understand I saw you because everybody let me know and they sent me the information. So, but that was Pastor Rod Parsley, and he was berating the church, and that was earlier in the year. And yes, he was very, very crazy when it came to that. Now, let me tell you, because we have so many. Let me pull this up. Oh Lord, what's his name? Okay, let me put it up. All righty. And so that was one of the stories that we brought to you earlier this year. Let me pull my screen up here so that you guys can see this as well. And the gentleman that you see on the screen right now, that is loading. This is Pastor Rodney Locklear. This is another story that we brought to you guys. Pastor Rodney Locklear was accused of essaying a minor, and you guys know that when these stories come up, I actually bring these stories to you guys' attention as well. So this was Pastor Rodney Locklear. He was arrested and he was charged with essay battery. And this is this particular pastor who was charged with that as well. So I'm just giving you the rundown, the year in review of all of the cases and stuff that we've brought. So just make sure that you guys hold on to your horses, because you know we give you guys a lot of stuff over here. Shardy says, my pastor tells my church family and I all the time, and we didn't belong to him, but we belong to God, and we can leave whenever we get ready. Well, yeah, that's good. And a lot of pastors and preachers wouldn't do that because they have, you know, they're narcissistic. What's up, Tasha Global? Good to see you here as well. Thank you for joining us in the chat on this year-end review. So I'm really grateful for you being here. Anybody else? Okay, so that's that. But this was another case that we brought to you guys as well. So if you're marking this down, this would be our number. That's case number 2. Now let's move on to case number 3. I'm going to try to pull this up. Anybody remember Jamal Bryant gets married? We also brought up to you guys an exclusive report when Jamal Bryant actually got engaged and then later got married. That was another story that for our year-end review, and a lot of people got upset with me, you guys, when I did this Jamal Bryant story, because I actually said that I wanted Jamal's wedding and I wanted Jamal's marriage to actually do well. And I literally got messages from people going, well, why would you want him to be successful? I'm like, are you guys kidding me? The man is getting married. We want to wish him the best. You know, we're hoping that, you know, he just does really well. And what I found so ironic too, the week, I believe it's like either the week of or a couple of days right after he got married, his baby mama, his baby mama court case hit the internet. Now, I don't think that happened by happenstance. I think somebody actually released that. If you want to know the truth, I think his baby mama, somebody put that out there. Somebody did that on purpose. And then the funny part about it, if you saw the video, because we had the video exclusive where we went through the whole court case, y'all remember the judge tried to pretend like she didn't know who Jamal Bryant was and then gonna call him by his full name. Talking about, is this Pastor Jamal Harrison Bryant? I'm like, well, lady, you knew that had to be Jamal Bryant because you don't call him by his full government name. So you know full well who that was. But Jamal Bryant did get married. And so that was another one of those cases that we gave you guys this year. Now, with this particular case, you know, you guys, I just want to say, I don't know about you guys, but I really wish them well. I hope they do well. Let me tell you who Jamal and Dr. Karri Bryant are going to be. These gonna be our Instagram pastors. These people is forever stunning for the gram, okay? The Pastor Jamal and Karri done went and got professional photos done. They done did about 2, 3, 4, 5 photo shoots. They love the camera. And Jamal done met his match because so does his wife. His wife likes that camera too. And so it's going to be real tough. Now, and I'm giving Jamal the benefit of the doubt because I heard him say something in an interview this year where he actually said, you know, humility is not one of his strong points. And it made me look at Jamal completely different because I didn't know, I had never heard Jamal say that. So it explains some of his behaviors and some of the stuff that he does. Because if you're expecting to get humility from Jamal Bryant, you just not going to get it. Okay. It just is not happening. Just so that you know, if you're expecting to get some type of humility from Jamal, not going to happen. And so we were really excited about that. Yeah, Lynn say they stay in front of the camera. They sure do. They do not be playing when it comes to that camera, Lynn. I am with you on that. Let me do this. Let's see if that's better. Yes, they stay in front of the camera. Yes, they do. And it's very interesting. Let me see. Daryl says, what does Daryl say? Daryl say, tie between William Murphy and John Gray. Well, you know what? I didn't even list William Murphy or John Gray on the list. So you got to go, Daryl, and take a look at my my community wall. And the voting thing for you guys to vote for the worst pastor of the year is on the community wall. So make sure you take a look at that. All right, guys. All right. Lynn says she had heard and ruled on the case previously. She played too much. She sure do, Lynn, because I didn't like the fact that she was like, she tried to pretend like she didn't know who the daddy was, who the baby daddy was. And I was like, lady, you know, this is Jamal Bryant, because she called him by his full government name. And that was the part that got me. I say, you call him Jamal Harrison Bryant. Come on, lady. So anyway, just don't even try it. That was a whole nother thing as well. And you guys know we also had this case right here. Let's see if we can do it. Pastor Robert Morris. Let's see if we can get this one to come. Wow, well, no, they're gonna give me all of the Roberts. Y'all remember this pastor right here? Wrong one. Now that guy's too old. This guy right here, Pastor Robert Morris. You remember he was the pastor of Gateway Church down there in Florida, and Pastor Morris was one of these guys who just it seems did some essay stuff to a young lady down in Texas. So let me see if I can pull this up as well while we're working on this. I must have did his story live. So y'all got his story big time live. Okay. All right, let me see. Let me pull it up here. Wow, I didn't realize I had so many videos. Good Lord. This is me. We be working around. Let's see here. Let me see if I can find the video part. Did I play it? Let me see. Okay, let me go back. All right, so if you guys remember the Robert Morris story, that's Robert Morris. The lady's name is, I want to say, Amy Klobuchar. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe that is her name. He was accused of essaying this young lady. And is this the one? Wait a minute, I gotta find the one where I said, let me look for it. I got so many videos, you guys. Oh, it's so hard to do this. All right, but anyway, don't let me distract my own self, because now I'm getting distracted. Okay. But he actually apparently had some sort of essay situation with this young girl. I think when she was roughly around 12 or 13, and it was just bad. And he ended up having to step down from the church, and the church actually trying to appoint some other folks. And I believe his children eventually had to step down as well. So that made it very, very difficult, the whole situation, when it came to that situation. So yeah, he had to step down, and he had to kick. Well, they pretty much got rid of all of the church leadership for Robert Morris. His situation, they got rid of him. So yeah, that was a whole situation with him. And if y'all remember the Amy Klobuchar story, yeah, Lynn says, I think she was about 12 or 13. Yeah. So, and the church made excuses. She actually had ran out trying to get everybody to pay some attention to her. Nobody would pay any attention to her, but she eventually ended up getting some help because he, she came forward. And so that's how that all came and came to be. So yeah, that's the Robert Morris stories that we did as well. Let's see if we can cover and these are all the stories that the Mad Church Disease channel brought to you guys this year. I believe this is how you spell this guy's name. Let's see if this is right. No. Yes, here he is. I know you can't really see this. Let me see if I can get a bigger picture. Can I get a bigger picture of him? Let's see if we can pull this up. Let's see if we can pull it up. Let me stop sharing this one. Okay, and let's go here. We're going to share this one. Screen. Yeah. Let's see if we can share this up a little bit better. I don't know about this because this is not coming up the way I thought it was. But this is Pastor Errol Wright. This is another story that I shared with you guys. And he actually was accused of essaying a young lady as well. And she actually called him a monster in plain sight because he was actually essaying her while being married with kids. He would send his wife and kids to the store. And next thing you know, he was, allegedly, just basically essaying this young lady. Okay. And so the community, they said, was in shock and hurt concerning the incident. They neglected to release a statement. And her and his there's some interviews along with this as well. So if you guys remember this story, I covered this story for you guys as well. So Errol Wright was story number 5 that we covered for you as well. Now I'm not, and I'll pull this one up as well. Let's see if it'll do it. Hold on. I don't like the way this, let's see if it'll do it without me having to do. Okay, finally. Okay, let's go Donald Trump. All right, Donald Trump was story number 6 that we covered, and we talked about Donald Trump and race relations. And I'm actually going to revisit something that I've been thinking about and pondering. And we're going to talk about something, and I'm going to put this video together very, very well. And we're going to talk about it in a greater way. Now, it's 157 of you guys live with me right now. Please make sure that you hit the like button. You guys, if you have not already hit the like button, please make sure that you do that. If you have not yet voted for the worst pastor of the year, you're going to need to go to my community wall. I have 2 posts up with 2 opportunities for you guys to vote for the worst pastor of the year award. So please make sure that you go and do that right now, and make sure you try to do it before the live is off. But the reason why I dealt with the Donald Trump and the race relations stuff is because something shifted in me in the earlier part of this year. And I need to calm down and slow down because I really want to get this part out. I started looking at Christians and Christendom in America in a completely different light. And to be honest with you guys, I am in a different place as far as how I view Christianity in America. Evangelical Christianity, or just Christianity, period, in America. And it doesn't make it a lot of Black evangelical and a lot of them are just repeating what they've always heard. I don't know what just happened. Don't ask me. Don't ask me. Don't ask me because I don't know. Now, y'all don't even see me on the screen, which is weird. Okay, let's try this on for size again. Okay. Okay. That's weird. But let me just stop that and let me continue on. Because that's weird. I don't know what just happened. But and you know why I think that just happened? Because I got a revelation of some stuff from my personal life when it comes to Christianity in America. And I think somebody's a little nervous about that, but that's okay. But let me explain something to you. I started really looking at Christianity and white evangelicals in America a little bit different. And I guess in one of the private lives, when we get together in our private lives here soon, I'm probably going to have to go ahead and explain to you what's going on with me and my view of Christianity in America. I believe when you say evangelical to me now, you may as well say white supremacists or white racists. And I'm really serious. I'm really serious when I say that, because what this last election taught me is that these people, no matter what, are going to vote for their interests. And a lot of these people are going to vote for a quote unquote white interest in America. When you hear evangelical pastors like Franklin Graham and all of these evangelicals, make excuses for this, orange orangutan. And I have to tell you, it has changed my entire view of how I view Christianity. I think that a lot of these people use Christianity and they hide behind Christianity to be racist, to be quite frank. because their idea of Jesus and their idea of heaven and their idea of the kingdom of God, I don't believe consists of you and me anyway. I think on some level, these people think that heaven is a place where they're going to be ruling and ruling over other individuals, and that, quote unquote, we're going to be slaves there too. Because their attitudes, dispositions, and how they conduct themselves show me clearly that these people they're not following the Bible. They're following the Constitution, or trying to follow the Constitution that is also and the Declaration of Independence. But a lot of that stuff is steeped in racism as well. And so Donald Trump was the sixth story this year, and they changed my whole view of Christianity. And let me just tell you this, it also changed my whole view of politics per se. I'm not a Democrat or a Republican. I've stepped away from both of these parties. And to be quite frank with you, they're both the same to me. There's no difference. I think that these parties are just created to keep us all separated and to keep us consistently fighting. And that's just not something that I want to participate in. And when I think about politics and the evilness and divisiveness of politics, it's ridiculous. I'm gonna tell you something else. There is a whole machine that makes money and that's like an engine that's able to be funded through politics. You would not have the news, MSNBC, a lot of this stuff that's going on in the world. These people would not be able to be paid millions of dollars if not for politics. Politics in itself is a demonic engine. It is something that is being funded, and it is something to keep people divided. And that's just how I feel, and I don't apologize for it. That's just how I feel. And when you look at people like John Hagee, Kenneth Copeland, Paula White, Rob Parsley, a lot of these people who claim to be Christians are white nationalists, and they're racist. At one particular point, I believe it was last year, in the last couple of years, Rob Parsley said we was doing better in slavery. I mean, some of this stuff these people are saying is just insanity. And yeah. So I don't fall under the banner of this at all. Now, let me see what the person is saying here. Gerald, well, MCD, when the founder of the religion has the spirit, what you expect, and I'm not talking about Jesus Christ. Well, a lot of these people are, and it's something that I just do not want to participate in at all. And I even have friends that I work with, they just don't understand and they don't get it. I don't even care to discuss this stuff anymore. They bring it up to me like I'm the kind of person who wants to be bothered with this stuff, but I'm really not. I'm just a commentator, and I commentate on a lot of stuff. That just doesn't mean that I'm into this political jargon and into this mess. I'm just really not. I'm really not. I'm really, really not. Now, let me also share with you guys this other story that we brought to you. If you guys were unaware, Pastor Bill Winston, we also covered Pastor Bill Winston's stroke this year, and I covered Bill Winston's stroke not because of the fact that he had a stroke. I covered Bill Winston's stroke because Bill Winston returned to the church limping with his partly part of his side paralyzed. He got to the microphone and he didn't even acknowledge the fact that he had a situation to happen to him. He just, he didn't acknowledge that he had a stroke. He just made it like, oh, the devil gave him some sort of attack. And he didn't even, say what it was. And to be quite frank with you, this is what I call dangerous kind of evangelical teaching and faith, because what it teaches people is to completely deny the things that are actually happening to them. And this is something that consistently happens amongst word of faith people and even evangelicals. It's as if we cannot just tell the truth about specific things. And that's one of the things that Bill Winston, throughout this course of this situation that he did, and Lynn is right. Thank you for saying that, Lynn, because it helps me to remember. He said something happened. That's all he said. All we know is something happened, and we know well in advance that it was more. And Daryl says, well, how do I get to the community page? Well, Daryl, if you are on your phone, you'll have to go to the Mad Church Disease YouTube channel and click on the tab that says community, because that's how you get there. That's all I can help you with at this point, Daryl. I don't know no more than that. And Recash says about the white evangelical stuff, it's even based on their responses to Black Lives Matter. Yeah. Now, Recash, I'm gonna be honest with you when it comes to Black Lives Matter. I don't, I personally don't agree with everything that I saw on the Black Lives Matter website. I do believe that was BLM. Yeah. I went on that website. I was like, oh no. Oh no, not everything on here I agree with, but for the most part, I agree with a lot of stuff that they're talking about and standing for. But Bill Winston was one of these people who just decided that he was going to come out. He wasn't going to tell you what happened to him because he's quote unquote walking in faith. And while he's walking in faith, he's just saying something happened without acknowledging what happened to him. And it just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. And I think it sends the wrong message when it comes to talking about faith and being a person of faith. It just doesn't make any sense to me. I don't get it. I don't get it. Now, you guys know I also covered Brian Karn this year in the Groovy Church, because Brian Karn and then was over there. I believe you spell C-A-R. Is it 2 N's for this fool? Yes. Brian Karn, no, it's 1 N. But he had this situation where Brian was over there and they was grooving back. Now, let me just tell you something about this guy. Because Daryl gets mad at me when I tell this story. Every time I talk about Brian Karn, Daryl gets beat up. Marcel's, why are you talking about Brian Karn? Let me tell you why I'm talking about Brian Karn. First of all, Brian Karn followed witches. He stole witches' prophecies. And then when he got caught and all of his speaking engagements dried up, then Brian Karn said, I'm going to become a pastor. He joined with 3 other preachers when they first started these churches. And then some kind of way Brian Karn done finagled his way out of those other men out of the churches. Now Brian Karn is the pastor of one church in 3 different locations. Amazing to me. And he's just sort of, arisen from the ashes of his, of his bull crap. And now all of a sudden he's supposed to be somebody's pastor. And he is the most dangerous pastor that I have seen in years and years. When you listen to some of the stuff that comes out of this man's mouth, you know he should not be anybody's pastor. Period, point blank. The time that he put a woman's head in his lap, in his crotch, and started shaking all around. The man does so much stuff that's so ridiculous. Oh, I'm sorry. You guys can't even see what I'm looking at. Lord, I didn't even know y'all couldn't even see what I saw. I'm sorry. Sorry. I need to pull that up. Hopefully we won't disappear like we did the last time. Hopefully. All right. All right. But Brian Karn is, for those of you that don't know him, he's the guy that followed the witch and the witch's prophecy. And, this man is one of these crazy, crazy, crazy preachers. And I don't even know how people can even follow him, but he loves to do gas on God. That's how he built his church. It's all a gimmick. He gives out gas cards to people in the community. And for the most part, most people say, well, Marcellus, why is that a problem? Because it's all a marketing ploy to fill the church up. Because if I give you $25 worth of gas, hopefully I'm going to be able to witness to you and tell you to come visit my church. And now you got a church full of people who just don't know what a crappy dude this guy is, right? Also, he is also, this past year, if I'm not mistaken, he had to go to court because he slept with Demetrius Senegal's wife, and Demetrius Senegal took him to court. Now let me pull this up. So for those of you that don't know, let me see if I can pull this up. Yeah, let's pull this up. This is Demetrius Senegal. This is the man that Brian Karn allegedly slept with his wife. I don't think it's alleged at this point, but they actually, Brian Karn got sued by Bishop Demetrius Senegal, and they went to court in North Carolina over alienation of affection, and Demetrius' wife was plowed into like an open field by Brian Karn, and Brian Karn ended up being sued by Demetrius Senegal. So Brian Karn is just another one of these people that I just it's just crazy. And I did bring you this story as well. It was one of those stories as well that I brought to you guys this year as well. Latrice says, the stupid stuff that folks allow others to do to them, he wouldn't have pushed my face into his crotch. Well, he did it. He did it. And until we called him out on it, you know, people was just like, well, you know, it was a mess. It was a whole mess. Somebody said, hey, Marcellus, if you look up the history of civil rights movement, you will see that evangelicals like Billy Graham and Oral Roberts were very quiet about Dr. King and his teachings. Of course they were. Of course they were. A lot of them were quiet because they didn't want to, of course, deal with, you know, they didn't want to deal with it. But what I find interesting when you study the civil rights movement, there were a lot of black pastors and a lot of black leaders who hated Dr. King. And during the Christmas holiday, I watched a lot of documentaries and Netflix specials. There's a documentary on Rustin. I can't remember Rustin's last name, who was with Dr. King, but they have a very good movie on him on Netflix, where they even gave him hell over the boycotts and the stuff that he was putting together and he was doing. So yeah, so that's a whole nother situation with that as well. So that is Pastor Dimitri. That was the Bishop Dimitri Senegal. That's Brian Carnes. They used to be friends, no longer friends as well. Let me see if I can bring up the other stuff. Let's see, did it spell it right? Yes. Okay, here we go. All right, guys, here you will see I also brought you Mike Williams on the channel and the book, The Cult of Christianity. For those of you that don't remember, we came on and we interviewed Mike and his book. Mike has actually lost a significant amount of weight, so he doesn't look like this anymore. And we're going to bring him back on the channel. We're going to have a follow-up. For those of you that purchased the book, Baynard Rustin, thank you, Seabree. I couldn't even get the name out. Baynard Rustin, that's what I watched. I watched so much stuff during the Christmas holidays. I didn't realize I took 6 days off of YouTube last month, and my YouTube check is definitely going to show it. Shout out to all the supporters who support the Mad Church Disease channel. Y'all, please make sure y'all support the channel. The Cash App information, of course, is in the description below, and it normally is up on the screen. I don't know what's going on with that now that I think about it. Wait 1 second. If you guys, yeah, but that's the information for the Cash App if you guys don't have it. I'm trying to figure out why that's not up on the top of the corner there. Interesting. What's going on with that? Probably because of the, I'm going to leave it off because I think that might have been one of the reasons why it was just giving us a hard time. We ain't even going to touch that. We just going to leave it off for now. All right. But moving right along, he talked about the cult of Christianity, and he wasn't saying that Christianity is a cult. You got to read the book to understand what he was saying. But we interviewed Mike Williams as well. And for those of you that purchased the book from Mike, thank y'all so very much. Mike was someone who stayed with Bishop Carlton Pearson right down to the very end. And I appreciate Mike for the work that he did in serving Bishop Pearson. Now, of course, I don't even need to tell y'all this. I'm gonna just put this in here. I may not spell his last name right. Let's see. Did I spell this right? Okay. I also covered earlier in the year this gentleman by the name of Lovey Elias, and he's back in the news because, of course, some young lady came forward. Her name was Gigi Rodriguez, and you guys know I didn't cover the Gigi Rodriguez story. But what I find interesting, and I'm sorry to toot my own horn here. Some of y'all are gonna get mad at me for doing this, but y'all listen to me carefully. I told y'all about this man because the 11th story that I brought to you guys last year was about Larry Reid and Lovey Elias demanding loyalty, and Larry coming on the internet once EJ, Prophet EJ, whatever that guy's name was, and him getting into this fight, and Larry came on, and Larry said, And Larry said, oh, well, you guys needed to give him loyalty. And Larry went through this whole thing, litany of reasons why you needed to give these people loyalty. And I came back that same night and ripped him to shreds for the foolishness that they were doing. And I find it very interesting that Larry back then was demanding loyalty for Lovie. And one of the reasons why I think they were demanding loyalty is for all of the dirty deeds that these people are doing. And just let me say this. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. When I tell you something, 9 times out of 10, it is coming from a historical place because I've had relationships and I've done this type of work for so many years. These people are something else. And if you understand who these people are, you know, it's going to unfold a whole lot more stuff for you. And I saw last night that Vincent did a thing where he was talking about the network, the evil network of these people. But I'm going to share some stuff with you in the next couple of days regarding these 2 men and the men in this little circle here. I'm going to share some stuff with you that has not been talked about by any of the other vloggers. And so you guys want to make sure that you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and make sure you keep it locked and turn your bell notifications on, because I'm going to share something with you. Let me see. Is that going to be on Monday? I believe it's on Monday. And you guys want to make sure that you are locked on the Mad Church Disease channel, because I got something to tell y'all, some more stuff to tell y'all about this joker. And nobody's covered this yet. Okay, so then, Lord of mercy. I don't even know how to, let me stop sharing this. And then the next story that I brought to you guys, let me see. I'm gonna have to go to my YouTube channel to show you guys this video. I did a video on my channel called The War of the Prophets, because at one particular point on the internet, you guys, all of these so-called prophets started fighting. There was Celestial, there was Tiffany Montgomery. Let me see if I can pull it up. Let me see. Y'all hang on, I got it coming. Let me see. It was The War of the Prophets. Yeah, here it is. Here's the video right here. Let me share my screen. Let's share the screen. And I'm trying to tell y'all, I'm not new to it. And if you guys see this right here, you guys see there's a show called The War of the Prophets. Okay. And I shared with you guys how Tiffany Montgomery, Celestial, Valerie Moore Ministries, and all of these prophets and all of these so-called prophets started fighting. I mean, going at each other's throat. And I told I told you guys that it was going to be really important for you to really start praying and understanding who these people were. Tiffany Montgomery went on this thing where she started calling Celestial a soul eater and all these kind of weird things that these people were doing. But that's actually one of the stories that we covered for you guys as well. So we covered a lot of stuff here on the Mad Church Disease channel. Okay. If you see right next to this that video, you guys will see another video that I covered. And this video was entitled I'm Sick of Crazy. This video was where I actually had to cover a former co-host's testimony. And we talked about, you know, how certain people think that they're not a narcissist, and a lot of them have narcissistic tendencies and they don't even recognize it and see it themselves. And we kind of talked about that and we covered that in that particular video. And for those of you that are new to the channel, don't worry. I'm going to be taking a lot of these videos and I'm going to be doing a best of series. And the best of series is, you know, these best of series will come out and you guys will see them. I'm going to be taking some of the old videos and editing them and putting them back on the platform for those of you that are new viewers, so that you guys will get caught up on some of those old stories that I told. So if you didn't watch them, you're going to have another chance to watch them, because I'm sort of putting together my own little network here. And so it's important for you guys to know that as well. All right. So, of course, we covered the P. Diddy indictment. That would be the video here. Daryl Moore and I actually went through all of the actual charges on P. Diddy. That in itself was a whole mess. And for those of you that are waiting for the P. Diddy stuff, from what I'm hearing, he's not eating. Look, Lynn say I'm out churching people. Right? I'm just covering the story, Lynn, just covering the stories. But I hear he's not really eating in jail, and he's been having some struggles there. So it's definitely going to be something for us to see in the coming months. And I'll have to do some research, and we'll revisit that story, of course, coming up here soon. Oh yeah, this is another story. I'm gonna have to stop sharing this for now. Let me see if I can find hold on, let me see. Hold on. Okay, let me see if I can find this. Here we go. I found it. Boom, boom. Boy, Marcellus, you're moving faster than I thought you were. Yes, I'm talking to myself. All right. The founder, Brian Houston of Hillsong, was actually found not guilty in the case of some of the mishandling and not reporting some of the SA abuse and things that have gone on in their church. He actually was found not guilty of that. And we actually covered this story as well, because we just don't only cover, one side of stories. I cover a lot of different stories. Okay. And so he actually was found not guilty of that. Now, I don't know if he's still on the board or he's running Hillsong. I don't know that. But of course, all of that, we're going to get some more updated stories, and I'll be covering a lot more of these stories as time comes on, and we'll revisit these. But if you don't remember, Brian Houston of Hillsong, he was actually charged with not reporting the essays and some of the things that were going on behind the scenes of the church, and he actually was found not guilty. So if you didn't know that, now you know. He was found not guilty of those charges. All right. Now, I'll actually want you guys to remember this. All right, Pastor Andy Thompson, we covered this story. Pastor Andy Thompson received a divorce, and inside of that divorce, he had a $12,000 a month alimony payment. We actually broke down the story as to how Pastor Andy was probably going to be able to pay this, and I actually did some research on this church. This church is located, if I'm not mistaken, if my memory serves me right, in North Carolina. Pastor Andy had this huge home, and we talked about that as well. Pastor Andy and his wife got that divorce. He has to pay $12,000 a month. And really what I told you guys is the church is going to end up having to pay that $12,000 a month, because all of the money that you're giving up in church and a lot of that stuff that you're giving is going to be able to fund this dude's alimony payment. And so y'all need to be aware of that. So we talked about Pastor Andy Thompson as well. I don't know about you, but I know darn well if I had a $12,000 alimony payment, I'd make sure I raise several offerings, because that's going to be too much for me. I'm just saying. Let's do this, Pastor. Okay, let's see. Can we get this? Is it going to come up? All right. We covered the Pastor Marvin Winans church. This is the church that can't seem to be built. And I'm going to say something right here that's going to be a little controversial. I told you guys when I heard Marvin Winans speak about this church that he was lying on God. I'm still standing on that. When a man comes out of his mouth and says God told him that he needed to build him a house, you are lying. Because the Bible is very clear. God says, I'm not going to dwell in temples made by hands. Any man that builds a church or builds a building, you're building a building because you want one and you want to house the people that you're pastoring. God never called anybody. And I want to repeat this again, because y'all are going to be mad when I say it, but I don't care. God has never asked a preacher to build a church. Preachers build churches because they need them to house their congregation. God don't live in buildings made by hand. That is Bible. I'm not here to argue with you. That is just a fact. If you want to build a church, that's fine. Say you want to build a church, but do not say God told you that you're supposed to build this church, because you lying on God. And yeah. So that's just as simple as that. And to this point right now, ladies and gentlemen, this building has not been built. Marvin has passed out about 3 different times this year. I'm sure due to stress and due to the fact that he has some health complications. And I'm sure a lot of that has to do with all of the millions of dollars that these people have wasted on this building. And I'm sure he's not sure what's going to happen to this particular situation. But we also covered Marvin Winans' church building, and we've also covered Marvin Winans passing out every week. I'm sorry, y'all gonna get mad at me, but it's the truth. Let me see if this is gonna bring up the right lady. Hold on, let me see. What did it say? Hold on. 404. Hold on. That's the church. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, here she is. We also covered the Shelly Strickland story. And this is why I tell you, when you come to the Mad Church Disease channel, you get stories that no one else covers. So this is a lady who actually stole 400. I need to stop laughing when I tell these stories. Y'all talk amongst yourselves. Give me a minute. I need to get myself together. Oh, Lord, Marcellus. Lord have mercy. She stole over $404,000 from her church. Now, here's the funny thing. Her husband, if my memory serves me correctly, was a pastor who pastored at another church. She didn't rob the church. She didn't rob her husband's church. She robbed somebody else's church because she was the the bookkeeper and the finance person over at the other church. So this little lady that you see right here, this little sweet little looking little lady stole over $400,000. I'm just saying. Stole $400,000 from the church. And the reason why I like to tell these stories because I want you guys to understand. Let me stop laughing. Father and the God, help me, Lord. Now help me, Lord. Because I'm not being messy. I'm actually trying to deliver a message to you just so that you understand. When I tell these stories based upon my history. And I also talk about what you need to be paying attention to when stuff like this is happening to you. Okay. But this particular lady, I don't remember all of the details, but there is a video on the channel. You can go back and watch it. She was copying the fruitcake fraud people. I don't even remember because see, some of y'all remember everything. I don't even remember all these stories. I have to cover so many stories. But anyway, yes. Battles and journeys. What's up? Oh my goodness, here. What's wrong with my brain? What's up, Jimmy? Lord have mercy, Jimmy. My brain, you got me going there. But anyway, so that's one thing. So we did cover Shelly Strickland. Now, this is another story that we covered. I'm gonna go ahead and show this story on the screen. Y'all remember that we covered Pastor Keion Henderson. Pastor Keion Henderson is the pastor of the Lighthouse Church. Oh, what just went on there? Hang on, because that ain't what I asked you to do. And Pastor Keion Henderson had some thoughts regarding the poor, and this is what he actually had to say regarding the poor. And he is also on the Worst Pastor of the Year award list, so you can vote. But here's what he said.
Here's the other problem with the church is that anytime a person is in need, y'all go to running and dropping money. But let me tell you something, the poor will be with you always. And there is no blessing connected to blessing the poor other than getting back what you gave to them, but no multiplication. Multiplication is segregated for tithes and offering. When you give to the poor, the only thing you do is help them, but you don't help yourself. So when you give $1 to somebody on the street talking about I did my job, God like, thank you, but it ain't gonna help you. Read your Bible. Charity does not bring wealth. Only the tithe does that. Matter of fact, you don't believe me? Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to preach on it.
All right. And he actually preached that message. And if I'm not mistaken, the church had a tornado to hit it. And then all of a sudden he believed in giving to the poor. Because he became the poor and he wanted y'all to give him the money. Pastor Keion Henderson is also on the list as well, because he said there was no blessing connected to giving to the poor. And I actually took you guys into the scripture and I showed you that the Bible says that those things that we do in secret, God will reward us openly. And Jesus said that we would have the poor with us always. And there is a blessing connected, but it's also inside of the plan of God. God says that we would have the poor with us always. And the reason why, one of the reasons why I believe we'll have the poor, because giving to the poor and giving to people in secret, the Bible says that the Heavenly Father will reward us openly. So giving to the poor is a mechanism that causes individuals who give to them in secret to be blessed openly. And that is a part of the process of how God blesses his people, even in spite of. So I'm not going to argue that. You can go back and watch the video. I broke all of that down before. Okay. Now, let me see. Did I have this other thing in a video format? I don't think I did, but let me see. No, I didn't. All right. So let me pull this one up so I can pull this other story up for you as well. Because we're already an hour in. Yes, we're already an hour in, and I want to make sure that I'm not keeping you guys too long. And so, because I know other people go live, and I want to make sure that everybody has an opportunity to do what they need to do. Let me share my screen here with you guys again. Here we got it. We also showed you this. We also told you the story this year of Ivy and Bridget Hilliard. Bridget Hilliard had a big old hematoma on her head. She eventually moved over to the state of Florida, leaving her husband, Mr. Skullcap. Now, see, I'm going to get in trouble. She left Mr. Skullcap behind in Texas, and she moved on over to Florida. She said that she had some sort of accident in the shower where she bumped her head. If you believe that, I don't know what's wrong with you. And she actually had that hematoma on her head. We actually brought you that story as well. And I'm sure that we're going to revisit this story here. Lord help me, Marcella, stop it. We're going to revisit this story probably coming up in the next several weeks and months, because we know darn well that he done filed for divorce, by the way. And I think he actually asked for a restraining order against Bridget. So Bridget must have been over there throwing some pots and pans, and he must have didn't know what to do with himself. And he didn't want to have to go. Oh, yeah, we all think he knocked her upside the head, Reid. Oh, yeah, we all believe that, Reid. We sure do. All of us believe that, Reid. And that's just the way that is. We've also covered this as well, so I don't want to go over that again. We also covered Marvin Winans passing out. If you were unaware, Marvin Winans has been very sick, and he's not actually handling his health very well, and he actually did pass out in church.
If somehow he's not able to keep his word. And if God is not able to keep his word, then I understand the depression. I understand why we give up. But if we trust, hallelujah, hallelujah. If we trust what God has said, would leave,
and there he goes. And Marvin Winans, that was his impression of my little teapot, short and stout. Here is my handle, and here is my spout. And he just went a teetering and tottering. Okay, now listen to me very carefully, ladies and gentlemen. We wish Marvin Winans well. We want you, of course, to go somewhere and sit down. I don't know whether or not he was at his watch night service, but I'm gonna tell you right now, something ain't right with Marvin Winans, and he need to go somewhere and have several seats. That's all I'm saying right there. So yeah, and I'm gonna tell you, if you're counting, that is the 21st story that we told you. That's over 21 stories that we've told you since June the 13th. Okay, I'm just saying that little teapot just went right on over. Here is my handle and here is my spout. Marvin need to go somewhere and sit his behind down. That's just me. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me give you the 22nd story of the year that we told you. Now this one involves the political side of things. We of course got into Clarence McClendon's behind, and we started getting into Clarence McClendon's behind because of what him and Jimmy Swaggart did. Now Jimmy Swaggart was the first one to come out here and start, and of course this is what Jimmy had to say.
Now I'm fixing to make some people mad right now. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to be, for the statement I'm about to make, I'm going to be called a racist. And I will be called every name under the sun. But somebody needs to stand up and speak to the black church. When the largest African-American Pentecostal denomination, when that leader stands up and said, I endorse that woman, he was saying, I endorse murder. I endorse homosexuality. I endorse lesbianism. I endorse transgenderism. I endorse every evil that hell could prosper or bring up to the right. That's wrong, folks. And the black church votes predominantly for the party that is anti-God. What's going on here? What's going on? See, my statement to them is this. We've had them call into the program. Hey, I don't like it when you talk about life. Well, no, the problem is they don't like it because we're stepping on their toes. Hello? They're cowards.
Okay, and that was Lil Swaggart, Donnie Swaggart, and it just seemed to snowball from there. But before I get into this, you notice that he called her that woman. He wouldn't even call her by name. He then turned around and said that they're voting, they're a part of that party that's anti-God. Do you hear this? So if you're a Democrat, you're anti-God. You're part of the, if you're in that whole thing, you're anti-God. This is why, one reason why I told you I walked away completely for this political crap, because this is just exactly what it is. And then my former pastor, Clarence McClendon, thought he would chime in and he would tell us what he thought of Kamala Harris.
Going against the basic principles of the Word of God, I cannot vote for you, no matter what color you are. You don't have to like me. Hear me very clearly. Kamala Harris will not get my vote. And let me tell you why. It's not because I don't like her. I think she's fine. But the people who are financing her, the money behind her, the hands that are moving her mouth, are the money and the forces that are trying to destroy the basic fabric and foundation of the Judeo-Christian ethic. And you mark my words. You say, well, who are you voting for? That ain't your business. I might write myself in.
And of course, we dealt with him from the political standpoint. And then I got all up in that ass and had to deal with him on a personal note because he was my former pastor, worked at the church for over 9 years. If you are new to my channel, you probably did not know that. I don't have time to go into all of that, but you can go back and watch the videos that I made on that on the channel because I did go into it. Or if you don't have the time, you can wait for the videos where I'm going to be putting that out, putting some of the old content back out so you guys can watch it. And we're going to be editing some of the things so that you can see it and see those old stories. And so, yeah. Now he said it's not your business, but he done came out into the public and tried to make it everybody's business. And so that's one of the reasons why we dealt with Clarence. Now, let me read your comments. Let me get over there. Somebody said, when is he going to call out his people for their racism? I don't think he is. Just Being Me says that woman, that is racist. Yes, it is. Just Being Me. And I did talk about that and we mentioned that. Somebody said, I ain't going to lie. This made me mad. He was so off point. Absolutely. Somebody said, I have never seen a white muskrat until I saw him. I'm just saying, Lord, help us. Lord, help us. Somebody say, that ain't funny. Yes, it is. Lynn says, every day of the week. Every day of the week is funny. It sure is. I don't care. It is hilarious. And, you know, these people have a very hard time. Somebody says, why is he so concerned about the black church? Well, and that's the hypocrisy of it all too, Reid. If you're thinking about it, there really shouldn't be a black church. But the reason why we have a black church is because white people alienated us so to the point to where we had to sort of create our own worship experiences. And that just lets you know, even amongst Christians, how divided we are. You remember how Dr. King talked about that 9 a.m. on a Sunday morning was probably the most divided time in America, which is really true. And I just started, and I've been pondering and thinking and meditating, what God are these people really serving? I don't know. I just don't know. I really don't know. Hey, Betty Yellick, good to see you. Somebody say he was hating on Kamala. Mad it wasn't him. I don't know what he was mad at, but it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Moni No Love say Clarence and the 10 folks in the movie theater. He got a little bit more than 10, but I'm telling you, it's something else. Let me just take a moment and pause before I continue. Hey, everybody, I need for you to hit the like button. If you have not hit the like button on this video, I'm working hard right now, and I need you to hit the like button. It doesn't cost you anything. Please make sure that you hit the like button, and I would really appreciate it. I'm also going to ask all those of you, at least 10 of you, tonight, to make sure that you give to the Mad Church Disease channel by Cash App. If you can sow at least $10, I ask normally everybody for $12. If you can send $12, that would be very beneficial for us tonight. I want to give a shout out to the people that have already given, and let me see if I can pull this up. I'm not going to call your whole name. I might just say your first initial, but I just want to shout out. Oh Lord, I can't even get to the darn thing. There we go. T, I want to shout you out. I also want to shout out Miss Gear. Thank you so very much for your support. I really do appreciate it. If you guys can go ahead and support the channel right now, that would be really big help for me, because I spent some time today working on some videos and some other stuff. That's how we were able to get the 2 lives that we did on yesterday. If you missed those 2 videos that I put out yesterday, which seemingly seemed to confuse some of y'all, because I talked about the Leandria drunken situation, where you guys know I hadn't made a public video about that, and I had talked about it in another video, so I chopped it up and put it on the channel. Somebody went running over there and told Vincent, well, Marcella says she was arrested again. So Vincent had to come and say, no, that's not what he's saying. He's just talking about the old stuff. So I just want you to know, pay attention to what I'm actually doing on the channel, you guys. I'm trying to build the channel and build the Google AdSense so I don't have to come and ask you guys to give to the channel, that the channel will become self-funding and fund itself. And so I need for you guys to support the channel. So if you haven't supported the channel, please make sure that you do it. I would really appreciate it if you guys could do that on today. Now, let me get over to the what I was talking about. What I don't know why this thing, oh, there it is, finally. So I'm like, what the heck happened here? Just put up the darn thing and made my whole thing go. Okay, hold on. And by the way, we have our sip and chat. It's going to be a members only. You can come and sip on whatever you're sipping on. That's going to happen on the 8th of January. This is going to be a laid back kind of situation. It will not be a green screen kind of situation. I will be in my lounge chair, and we will just be simply chatting and talking. And I'm going to tell you guys some of the things that I went through last year. And I'm going to get into a lot more personal stuff. And so you guys will be able to learn a little bit more about me in those sipping chats and those private lives. So if you don't have a membership and you need to grab one, because that's going to be our thing. Shout out to Tasha Global. Shout out to Moni No Love, who gifted some memberships. Those two ladies are doing an awesome job. And I want to just say thank you for your love and support and for supporting the channel. I really appreciate it. Now, there was something else that I needed to tell y'all. But anyway, I'll get to that in a minute. I'll get to it in a minute. Now, where do we drop off? We were on Clarence and Donnie. So, but with Clarence, I did a whole video where I showed you guys his house. I showed you the church where he's located. I showed you the old church where he was located. And I went into a little bit more details about how that whole situation went down. And isn't it amazing how he got as quiet as a church mouse? And aren't y'all surprised? Because normally these preachers will respond and say something. Do y'all notice that Clarence did not raise his head and say a word to me? Did y'all notice that? There's a reason for that. I'm just saying, don't come for me unless I send for you. That's all I'm saying, especially if you, and I'm telling the truth. And I know some of the members of the church, if y'all go back and y'all read some of the comments, they even came and second what I said in the comment section. So that's just the bottom line. So Moni said Clarence and the 10 folks in the movie theater. Yeah, and this is the same man, yes, that offered up his first wife as a first fruit offering. He literally said that. I kid you not. The man literally said that. And I don't want to tell on anybody because I know some of y'all don't want me to say that you gave something. But I'm just going to say to Miss Fleming, thank you so very much. And to that beautiful lady with a T, I want to thank you so very much for your support to the channel as well. If you guys haven't supported the channel, make sure y'all support and help these ladies tonight with the support of the channel. I'd appreciate it. All right. And he sure did say he offered up his wife as a first fruit offering. He really did say that. He really, really did say that, y'all. Yeah. Prera Carrington, yeah, a lot of African Americans this last time did make a lot of statements. Let me tell y'all, I saw a video of a black man holding a t-shirt, walking down through a crowd of Caucasian people saying, "Don't vote for the hoe." That's literally what he said. And he kept repeating it, and the folks was just laughing and chuckling. And I said, here is an educated African American woman who has ascended to one of the highest offices in the land. And here's some black man is walking around talking about don't vote for the hoe. I was appalled. I was offended. And it just made me say, you know what? I cannot be a part of this because it is divisive. And, you know, and I've heard this said, I've heard some Republicans say, well, our blacks are different from the Democrats' blacks. Now their blacks are like Byron Donaldson. What's the goat teeth man? Tim. What's the man with the big gums and the teeth? What's his name? I know it's Tim somebody. Tim Scott. I think that's his name, Tim Scott. And y'all tell me what the other black dude is, because they ain't got but 3 of them over there. You got Byron Donaldson, Tim Scott, and what's the name of the other black guy that's over there on that party? Somebody put that down in the chat and remind me. But Tasha Global, most of these Christian, a lot of these Christian evangelicals, that's exactly who and what they are. Yeah. But yeah. And Dr. King absolutely said it. He absolutely said it. 11 a.m. on Sundays in America is the most segregated time in the body of Christ, church-wise. Teresa, there are some integrated churches, yeah. And believe it or not, Carlton Pearson was one of the first major integrated churches in America that was public. He had a huge integrated ministry, and that's when it became a really popular thing back in the day to have some integrated folks, especially amongst word of faith people, because that was something that wasn't really wrong. No, not Herschel Walker. I'm talking, there's a senator. There's a senator or congressman. He's black. He's a Republican. It's Byron Donaldson, Tim Scott, and then one more. They ain't got but three, y'all. It ain't Herschel Walker. Come on, y'all. I gotta look it up. Y'all gonna make me mad. Who is it? Three black congressmen. Oh, y'all got me. Mark Robinson is no. 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 Let me see. Okay. It is Byron Donaldson, of course, Tim Scott, and what's the other guy's name? I'm gonna have to find that other black. It's a black Republican. Oh, well, maybe my brain is fried. I can't. Somebody said Al Roker. Shut up, yours truly. No, it ain't no dang on Al Roker. I'll find it. It's not Larry Elder either. Y'all got my brain fried right now. I can't think. Yours truly, that was hilarious. Talking about some Al Roker. No. And he lost. Mark Robinson lost his bid. From what I understand, he lost. So he didn't even win. So that goes to show you that. Now, isn't that funny? Everybody else on that MAGA thing, they was all winning, and them folks in North Carolina, though, said, we don't want you, Mark Robinson. Now they voted down the ticket, all Trump, but this Negro, they said no way to. I'm just saying. No, Michael Steele used to be the Republican chair. He's no longer the Republican chair. He's over there on I think MSNBC. But yeah, I think he's over there on MSNBC. But yeah, that's a whole nother matter. Let me move on. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Kelly, I'm glad that Mark Robinson. I know that's right. I know I'm glad too, to tell you the truth. Let me see. Oh, y'all, I got to keep going. Oh, y'all gonna hate me for this. But I got to talk about it. Y'all gonna hate me for this one. I got to bring this up on the screen, but that's all right, because we're gonna have a whole lot to talk about coming up here soon. It says, heads up, before you share audio, please ensure. I understand. I'm not even sharing. No, what are you talking about? I'm not sharing. Lord have mercy, y'all. Hold on. This thing is giving me the most trouble today. I don't know why. Okay. Show on the stream. The next story, this is story number 23 that we shared with you guys. This was Duane Youngblood versus TD Jakes. This came later on in the year. This is where the Duane Youngblood, and I ain't even gonna stay on this story too long, because y'all know once I start talking about this, I get really mad, and I ain't even about to stay on this subject. But this is Duane Youngblood. And one of his the co-conspirator, according to the TD Jakes lawsuit, decided that they were going to do a podcast called "The Abused Became the Abuser." And this is where they decided to tell this stupid story about a hug and a potential kiss. And Duane says that he received a call from TD Jakes from a bubble bath, or from a bathtub, because he could hear water dripping. And he assumed that TD Jakes was in the bathtub. And he said TD Jakes said some things to him that I'm not going to repeat. And then he made him read the Bible. That was the whole deal with that story. And he went from on November the 3rd, seeking out legal counsel because he got a text message from one of TD Jakes' sons that he felt threatened by. But then again, when he got served with the papers, he had to demand from the judge more time because he claimed that he didn't have no attorney and he was working part-time. Then after working part-time, when he did respond, he now has 2 attorneys. And the question is, who's paying for these 2 attorneys? And inquiring minds most certainly want to know. All right, then let me get to the other story. So that's that one, and I ain't even gonna go there with that idiot as well. I'm not doing it. I'm probably not even spelling that right. Lord have mercy. Let me go back to my YouTube channel. Let me go back. And I got to be like Dr. Dingleberry just for a second. I'm going to tell y'all I'm mad at y'all because I put out some good stuff and y'all don't be watching these videos sometime. Let me show you this story. This story came out from Arturo Alcroni. He's facing disturbing charges. This video only has 945 views. Some of y'all didn't even go watch this story. But this is another story that I told. And so this is on the channel as well. And this particular gentleman, he had some essay charges as well. This is a former pastor. You guys needed to take a look at that story if you didn't see it. That is the story that I also did on that. And I'm not going to go into great detail on that one either because it's there for you to go watch it because y'all didn't watch it at all anyway. So I want y'all to go through that. Now, let me tell you, there's a... Let me see where it's at. Oh, yeah. And the last story, one of the bigger stories that we brought to you this year was Rosalind Weems. She was the so-called financial advisor inside of the Patreon for Dr. Dingleberry. And Rosalind Weems was indicted and they sort of scrubbed all of her stuff off of the internet, trying to hide the stuff that went on with her. But, you can run, but you just can't hide from mad church disease. And I was able to go locate some stuff. And I was also able to find some stuff inside of the Patreon. Now, this is Rosalind Weems. Rosalind Weems was supposedly a financial guru and expert. By the way, this is Tasha Global's video called Scam for Jesus, Lose Your Soul. This is a video that Tasha Global did on that as well. So just understand that was done as well. It's a great video that she did over there as well. But if you were not aware, this woman is a scammer. Larry Reid had her inside of his Patreon, doing whatever they do in Patreon. And that was the story. This woman's kind of nuts. And you won't believe how nuts she is.
The country.
Oh, yes. I know.
Had I known, I could have brought the lobster straight from my backyard.
One of the great things about my job is that I meet a whole lot of different type of people. And one person that I met is Rosalind Robin Weems. And she is, if you're in Patreon, that's why right now you need to go to www.patreon.com/Larry Reid Live and sign up because you get to go over there and talk to her and me and all of the stock market experts. She's an heiress, but she is a stock market expert, especially when it comes to the bear and the bull. Hell, she's good all the way around. She'll let you know what to do if you're a day trader or you're just getting into things. Come on over there to Patreon so you can meet. Can't you tell that she's a little snobby, too, little rich, white, black girl. Black, white girl.
The flex like that, right? The flex is real.
Surrounding my 68 acres in Maine, yes.
Well.
Let's go outside and pick.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Go outside and pick. Oh, my God. Y'all hear him? Now, here's the other part that got me, too, with the craziness. Yes, you need to go over there to www. I have a crazy sense of www. And go over there and get screwed on www. And he's sitting over there with the crazy stock market, talking about she was an expert, an heiress who could pick a lobster from her backyard. And that's not even how you can go get no lobster if you understand how lobsters. But these people think they so smart, and they sitting up there at a table with her talking about, and listen at Bernard Jordan's wife talking about, yeah, you just go outside and pick. 2024 was a whole mess. I'm just saying. That was the YouTube year in review. We did Rosalind Weems. I think we're good, ladies and gentlemen, but we did good because I only kept you here for an hour and 34 minutes. Shout out to St. James who's in the chat. Yeah, stock market expert. Scam for Jesus, Tasha. Just a scam for Jesus. Everybody's scamming for Jesus. Moni, we think alike. That's a shame, Moni. W. I'm just saying, y'all need to don't do me. Don't do me. I cannot. Y'all know I'll be here all day laughing. Let me give you some updates. I need at least 5 more of you guys to send at least $10. That'll help me cover the cost of today's work, really. If y'all can do that, I'd really appreciate it. I just need 5 more people to give $10 and we have hit our goal. That's all I need. Let me just tell you, starting Monday, I'm gonna go through and I'm going to be putting up some exclusive content on this channel. Some of it's going to come through as lives. I'll be live with you in the chat. I may have to pre-record some of it, especially if I have to work that day. But it will be fresh information or new information. If you're new to this channel, I'm going to be doing some best in reviews, so you'll get some of the stories that we've covered in the previous year, so you won't have to go back and watch the whole entire live and video. I'll be running these on the channel so that you guys can see those as well. I'll edit them, make them a little bit nicer and prettier for you, and so that way you can get those as well. And yes, she did say lobster from her backyard. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Yes, she did say it. She said it. Yeah. Talking about some WWW. I mean, they just silly. Now, I'm gonna tell you guys something. This young lady, Marie, I may not even say your name right, but she gave a really good video on St. James's channel one night where she was kind of telling some of her personal experience with her dating. I think all the women, y'all need to go over there and listen to that video because it was a great video. I loved her transparency because a lot of people wouldn't be as transparent as she were. Just make sure I'm saying your name right too, by the way. And if I'm saying your name wrong, I may just put the link in the chat so you can come up and say your name right, because I know I'm not saying that right. But I think she's up in Northern Cal with me too. She might be up in Northern Cal. I don't know where she lives now. But my brain is fried because I've been talking for an hour and 37 minutes. Leigh Marie. Yes, Leigh Marie. She just beautiful, transparent testimony. I love the fact what she talked about what happened to her. And she was really transparent about it. If you guys didn't hear that video, it's over there on St. James's channel. Just look for it. I don't remember the name of the channel. St. James, you might want to find it and throw it in the chat or something so people can go find it. But yeah, those are the stories for the year in review to the channel, guys. I really appreciate every single one of you. Thank y'all so very much for your love, for your support. Y'all know Mad Church Disease is all about, telling you the stories and the stuff that matters. I'm going to continue to do the pastor stories and exposing some of those other things that we've had to do. Was Leigh Marie, right? Is it I say it right? Okay, now you done got me. I'm gonna drop the link just so that I can hear you say your name. That's right. I want you to say your name. Say your name. Say your name. Say your name. All right, I put the link in the chat for you so you can come up and say your name, say it right, because I don't want to mess up your name. Yeah, and it was a great video. And normally I don't watch videos like that, but I like the fact that she was able to tell her testimony, and so it was really good. So if you want to come up, you can. You don't have to, and you don't need to show your face because I know your voice. And I'm only dropping that link for her, by the way. So don't hit that link unless you're her. So don't do it. And that's it. And so I'm gonna give you some moments here. So in case you want to come up so you can address it. And while you're coming up, I can get at least the next 5 of y'all to send $10 so that way I can hit the goal. Let me go check our community wall so we can see who our worst pastor of the year award is gonna go to, and I'll be editing that out and putting that in another video as well. Ooh. Right now, I'm gonna tell y'all who's winning. Keion Henderson is winning right now. Ooh. And Larry Reid and Duane Youngblood is in second. Wow. I didn't expect that. Oh man. Wow. Y'all know I'm in shock right now. Keion Henderson is in the lead. Oh man, he really pissed some people off with that poor people statement he made. Oh my God, from Zion. But yeah, he's in the lead. Hey man.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Can you say your name so I know how to say it properly?
Yeah, my name is Leah.
Leah.
But yes, I put Lee Marie because it's the only name that's closest to my name that no one has as an artist.
Oh, okay. That's
So
right.
that's why I shortened.
That's right, because you're a recording artist too, right?
Yes, sir. But
Okay.
everybody and their mama has a middle name Marie.
Oh, okay. Well, I get to tell you publicly, I did watch that entire video. I was very impressed with you. I normally stuff like that I don't watch because that's kind of chick flickish kind of stuff.
Sure.
But I listened to the whole video and I was really impressed with your transparency, because not a lot of people would put themselves out there to be judged by people, especially those of us who are, when you're a content creator, you're used to people just judging you every day, all day. But for you to come up there and do that, I was just like, man, that just gave you some kudo points with me for sure. So I just really appreciate you doing that. That was something to listen to. And that I hate when brothers are douchebags like that, but it is what it is sometimes, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. No, I'm grateful to Chris for allowing me to speak about that on the platform. It was juicy tea. We clocked that tea.
Yeah, it was very good.
But it was a real situation for me. And being new in the dating scene, stepping away from my children, not away from them physically, but being so consumed with them and trying to get back in the dating world after being divorced for 11 years, it's been tough. It's some jokers out here and you got to really watch out. So yeah, that was an experience.
Absolutely. And I appreciate you. So it's Leah Marie, correct?
You can call me Leah. Yeah, for
All
sure.
right, Leah. All right, Leah. So I just want to make sure that I don't mess up your name. Now, here's a funny thing, Leo. I hate to do this while you're up here. I got 178 of y'all watching, and I only have 94 likes. What's wrong with y'all? Why do I have to do this every time? And y'all watch the whole program, and I have to stop and beg for likes. It's almost like it's ridiculous. And then this go round, I even put in a little note. So when you showed up in the show, it asked you if you hit the like button. So I tried to do everything I could so I wouldn't have to stop the darn program to ask for the likes. Does this not annoy you guys when content creators keep saying, can you please hit the like button? I don't know. Sometimes I get annoyed by it, but I guess I should stop because I'm just
I think we just be forgetting though. We come in for the tea so quick and we jump in that comment section. I was just talking to somebody else about videos. I don't even watch the video hardly 2 seconds before I'm in the comment section. The comment section is where it's at.
Okay, you're absolutely right. Well, you guys just don't forget to hit the like button on your way out. I'm gonna trust y'all today because I gave y'all a lot, and that was a lot for me to have to go over in less than an hour and 43 minutes. But I really do appreciate you, Leah, for coming up. Thank you so much for doing so. And do you remember the title of the video that he had you in over there? Do you remember what it was titled?
I don't. It was a random video, but he just not random for him, but for me because he just kind of popped me up in the show.
Yeah, but but I think he put your name. I think your name is on the title. But y'all just look for Leah and make sure that y'all go over there. All the ladies, y'all should definitely go over there and check that out because that was really good. All right.
Yeah, y'all inbox me and let me know what the secrets are to dating. Okay, let me know.
Right. Somebody said I'm seeing 175 likes. Well, thank y'all so much. I really do appreciate that. Leah, thanks for coming up. I gotta go so I can get out of here. I got so much stuff to do. Thank you. All right, Leah. That's Leah, everybody. And I appreciate y'all doing that. Listen, guys, y'all know I am very, 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 very busy. I got a lot of videos to make over the next couple of days, and I've got a lot of things that I've done. Even so, at the end of this video, I got a special message for y'all. I enjoyed y'all today. Make sure that y'all hit the like button on y'all way out, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks everyone for watching. Your support means the world to us. Please make sure that you hit the like button, and please make sure that you subscribe to the channel, and make sure you hit the bell icon, and make sure you press all notifications so that way you will never miss any of the exclusive content that comes on my channel. Make sure that you never miss a video. Now, I try to go live every day about 2:30 Pacific Standard Time, which is about 5:30 Eastern Standard Time, and then I come back at night at around 8:30 Pacific Standard Time, which is about 10:30 Eastern Standard, with some more exclusive content. So if you want more Mad Church Disease show content, we love for you to become a member, a revolutionary member of our channel. Please make sure that you hit the join button that's right next to the subscribe button or somewhere around here so that you guys can receive access to special community posts. You guys get all of the access to my community only lives, because we've got some sipping chats that we're going to be doing, and you guys will get exclusive content. So just make sure that you head on over to the channel page, click on the join button, and make sure that you do that. Thanks again for watching. I appreciate your love and support, and I'll see you on my very next video.
We are Mad Church Disease, helping you understand that Jesus plus nothing is everything. This is a show for everyone, believers and non-believers, from churched to the unchurched. Help us grow the channel by supporting our non-profit causes and create more consistent content. Donate by Cash App or PayPal, or buy us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com.